Hello, is it me you're looking for? Yes, hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. You know, it's first impressions time. You know it, okay? You know, if you've been watching me anyway, that I'm a big fan of the Scandal line. I'm actually a overall Jean-Paul Gaultier fan. I used to own quite a lot of the flankers of the Classique. I don't think I own that much. I have the 2017 version and I have left the Cabaret version. But yeah, so here is the new one. So it's Scandal Le Parfum, and it looks like we're saying goodbye to those tins, those famous tins, and we're starting to have the boxes. I think So Scandal started to have the boxes, like that's when I started to first notice it. But I do feel they've had boxes before. I think I purchased the Classique EDT and it came in this silver box packaging like this. So that be that. So this is Scandal. This is how the bottle looks like. So very similar design to So Scandal, and the red, the glass part is quite reminiscent of Very Good Girl from Carolina Herrera. So I don't think, or like Passione, where I think this one will be a bit hard to see how much juice you will have left, but I'm sure we can shine a torch on it. So let's talk about Scandal Le Parfum. The top notes are jasmine. In the mid you have caramel, along with salt, and then in the base you have some vanilla. So let's talk about my experience from beginning to end. I've had this for about just over 3 hours. Okay, so when I first blast, I thought it smelled very familiar. I was trying to think about my collection. I know it's a scent that I don't have now, but I used to own. So I was trying to think of all the caramel scents that I had. So I was thinking, ooh, maybe Prada Candy. But then I don't really remember too much how that one smells like. Aquilina Gold. Is it Gold Sugar? Is it the one that comes in the gold bottle? I was like, ooh, could be that one. So I was really going through that my mind, that this smells so familiar, but I couldn't put my nose on it. So sort of opens up with, I would say, the caramel. So the caramel is quite predominant in this from the start to the finish. Okay, the caramel along with the vanilla is very prominent, but it's quite a soft caramel vanilla. It's not too in your face, which maybe you feel like for Jean-Paul Gaultier it might be. No, it's quite, like, it's noticeable, like the scent, you are getting the caramel note, but it's just, it's quite soft. I don't know how else to describe it for you. So obviously I was getting that sort of straight away, and then I think 15 minutes or so I was just going around my house, and then I was like, oh, people said it smelled like hypnotic poison or forgotten to go, and I was like, okay, this is it. It's hypnotic poison. So for me, it does smell like hypnotic poison. People say it has a Play-Doh note. For me, it's almost like a caramel cookie dough type of scent that I get. Anyway, so it smells really good on paper. I must say, I feel if you were to be able to get a sample of it on paper, I'd still think you will enjoy it. On skin, so on paper, I start to pick up more of the jasmine. Not much of the salt, okay? I'm not picking up the salt. I can't really detect it as much. And what I'm picking up is jasmine. And the jasmine is sort of reminding me of the white florals in So Scandal. So I've got a little mini. I finished my 50ml. I do have this one and may repurchase, I'm not sure, but that's where sort of this similarity sort of end. It's just more of the white florals. So that was on paper. On skin, the beautiful sweet caramel. on skin didn't really project, or wasn't as loud. I mean, on my skin, it's a bit funny with certain fragrances. Sometimes it projects, sometimes it doesn't. So the projection wasn't all there. With sales, it wasn't as intense as I thought it would. Well, yeah, it's an intense perfume. And then in terms of, you know, my scent bubble and on clothing, you know, it's very similar to how it was on paper, where you get the white florals, you get the caramel, and you get the vanilla. So I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that you don't pick up the salt. Also, and what I also mean by when I say that this scent is the caramel, the scent is quite soft, is that I don't think this will be an exclusive just for winter. I do feel you can get away with wearing it possibly in the summer, autumn, you know. It's not cloying, so for me it's not overly sweet or overly in your face at this moment in time. So I do feel, you know, if you don't like overly sweet scents, it's not nowhere near as sweet as the original, which I have here, the Christmas one, Christmas limited edition version. Nowhere near as sweet, nowhere near as bright. It's not too gourmand either, even though it's got the caramel. I think, you know, if you love the gold couture and those types of scent, I can't see any reason why you wouldn't like this. I do feel if you do have hypnotic poison, I don't know if this will become a bit redundant, or if you love and adore that scent, maybe it's like you want it, but you get a heavy jasmine note. Not too heavy though. Also to add, so it doesn't have the nuttiness that the oops, apologize for that, that the hypnotic poison has. I think that one has almond on it. Yeah, you're not getting that here. So overall, what you are getting is a caramel vanilla scent with a touch of jasmine. Again, that's more on paper for me, anyway, on paper and my scent bubble, but not on skin. Is it more intense than the original? Not really at this moment in time. The original still for me standing out. I think of all, even including So Scandal, I still feel like the original is the most strongest. But just speaking of that, I think the Scandal Gold actually is it's quite potent. I don't know if this is marketed as intense. No, so the Gold is more of an oriental fragrance. Sort of reminds me a little bit of Oud Satin Mood. Not I wouldn't say this is an alternative, or if you like that one, you love this one, but it's just more of that type of oud as opposed to Oud Bouquet. This one is probably the best for longevity and projection. Is there any need of you owning this one if you have the others? I believe you can own this one and own the others. It does have a sort of slight, like, the dry down does remind me a little bit of Scandal by Night, which is the other intense version, where it gets a little bit weird and complicated. But yeah, I do feel you can have both. So time will tell in terms of projection and longevity. I still think it would be I think it'll be similar to Scandal by Night. I just get the feeling in terms of the projection and the longevity. Those two aren't as in your face as the original. The original one is really, you know, in your face. Very, very sweet. But I feel that if you like Scandal by Night, you more than likely like this one. There isn't any, I don't pick up any sort of tuberose or anything like that. I think the notes pretty much match what you were going to get. When I look at the votes, I think for the salt, which is a part of this, it's very small. So not much people picking up the salt. So don't know if that's a disappointment for you guys. But caramel lovers, this is the one for you. I think you could get away with wearing this summer. Maybe not too high heat. So yeah, so let me know your thoughts down below. Are you tired of the flankers? Are you tired? Are you done? You're like, I'm not buying anymore. Or you're just like, just snap them up, just grab them up. Right, guys, that's all for me. Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.